Well, how's it going, JDM crew? Welcome back to another inventory video, and if you'd like more information about anything in this video, make sure to hit us up, info@jdm-expo.com. Just send our sales team an email, or you can DM us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and all DMs will go to our sales team. Oof. So, yeah, we do have air suspension, but it is still maybe a bit more than what a lot of people are looking for when it comes to comfort. Still comfortable enough, I would say. Yeah, so a little bit about the interior here, though. Like, obviously we've got the stock upholstery, but we do have this Daytona racing wheel. We've got the Apex FC Commander. Oops, I tapped that off of there. Tap out. And yeah, I accidentally dropped the FC Commander right here. It has basically this little holder. Got the EVCS from HKS here to watch our boost and control it. And so yeah, with the FC Commander, with the tuning, we do have this PLX. This has to deal with the air-fuel ratio. So yeah, it's stoichiometric right now, about 13-14 parts, or 13-14 to 1. Yeah, so for the interior, though, we do have a few mods. We've got bride seats and all that goodness. Oh, all that goodness. And yeah, the suspension is done up quite a bit. We do have the air compressor in the back, which I'll show you guys in a little bit here. But I mean, overall, the handling is really nice here. We've got chassis stiffening components all over the place. We also have a roll cage here, which you guys are kind of tied up on along with the suction cup there, so it's kind of braced. So I'm not sure if this footage is better or worse. But yeah, intake, exhaust, good old tuning, a lot of parts here. We do have the brake upgrades and much wider wheels and rims, so definitely offset quite a bit. Camber is adjustable, I believe. I forget about a lot of the other suspension components on there. We've got a list though, so we'll be able to cue you guys in on that later. But you can also check in with our sales team at any time. Yeah, so the tuning is done up pretty well on this. Really, this was a demo car, so a lot of stuff that they're trying to show off on this, a lot of the build quality. And yeah, I'll definitely be showing you guys a lot more once we get to the warehouse. Alright, and here we go from the interior here. As you can see, we've got both stock components and aftermarket. Yeah, we got that roll cage back there. Bride seats, even the one that I'm sitting in right now. Dash is looking pretty good there. With the Daytona racing wheel. And I can't focus on for some reason. Here we go. It doesn't have the horn button there. And we do have a Carrozzeria audio and Navi system. As you can see, the FC Commander for the Power FC system and the air fuel gauge. And the EVCS from HKS, the boost controller and everything there. And we had about 132,000 kilometers on the clock. So it's been about 3,000 kilometers since a lot of the mods had been completed. So yeah, it's got a little bit of mileage now. But for the most part, since a lot of these mods were installed, like some of them were before the whole upgrade and the body kit and everything, and then others were from after. And right here is where some of the magic happens with the air suspension. And as you can see here, after pressing the button, it'll raise and drop the front. So whenever this car is a bit lower, you can definitely get over those speed bumps or just avoid scraping if you're on an incline. And I'll just step out here for a moment so you guys can see a little bit more of the interior, where we do have some of the stock trim as well as upgraded parts, such as this set of bride seats. And of course we do have the roll cage in the back there. And decent shape when it comes to the headliner. And they did take care of this as well. So the seals have been replaced from time to time. So as a lot of you know, these can go out, then you get a little bit of roof leak, not a good day. So that one was also replaced sometime. And so yeah, let's take a look at this kit to show you guys more of what's going on here. It's looking real good. And we do have the Sylvia front. And so we got that Blitz intercooler there. And definitely the offset is just pretty intense for a lot of people. These are really nice wide wheels and tires. Definitely needs it though to keep that grip. And this is without spacers, mind you, so with the Dixel brake system there, you got the pads, new rotors, everything's looking really good here. And with that, we'll definitely dive into the engine bay, and I'll show you the trunk space as well with the compressor for that air system that I was just showing you. Alright, so diving into the engine bay here. As you can see, we got a lot of goodies here, so if you give me a second, I'll go through the list here. Alright, so we definitely have an aftermarket radiator there. And as I mentioned earlier, we got that Blitz intercooler. We got that Sylvia front end looking really good. And all the proper plumbing for the intake and the exhaust. Like, just look at that. Beautiful. And so all the plumbing and tuning is properly done. We got silicone hoses all over the place. Cusco strut bars, front and rear. Some numbers for you guys that are looking for additional info. You can look those up on your favorite registry, and you can definitely mention those to our sales guys so that they got you covered on the information. And so to back these up, we do have the fuel pump and fuel filter. So we got proper fuel delivery, plenty of cooling, replaced AC fans. So actually, whenever you turn on the AC system, the condenser gets even more flow besides the standard clutch fan. So yeah, we got a lot going on here. And we even have a Nismo little cover there to help with your brake fluid not getting too warm there. And yeah, there is plenty of shielding on different components around there. As you can see, a lot of these components are wrapped, so the hoses that are pretty close to the exhaust. Not to mention there's a coating on there, so you're not going to be radiating as much heat as you would with maybe cast iron, but with this one it's at least not, well, if you push it, it's going to be glowing, so yeah, Got the oil catch can and everything like that. So all in all, and you could see the plumbing straight through. Blitz. Yeah, and a lot of the wiring is really well done. I know a lot of people are worried about finding a rat's nest, whether it's hoses or wiring, and no, not here. Definitely, this was actually made for show. And so yeah, with the Power FC to power all of this, we got a new water pump. We've got new engine mounts. We also have a new cat, so it's still legal. But everything's definitely flowing really well here. So with the ignition system, everything else is just all good. We got the 555cc Nismo injectors. We've got also the Tomei 1.2 millimeter head gasket. So yeah, we've got definitely everything built up on here. So very nice. For the intake and exhaust, yes, we do have a upgraded turbo system with the HKS 4135 turbo. So it's hard for me to really show you guys there, but it's in there underneath all that plumbing. So really good. All right, so something that's pretty cool about the end stage exhaust. So that's full-on custom. See that switch there? Let's hit that switch. So electronic control. Alright, so here in the rear hatch area, as you can see the trunk divider here, lift that up, and we have access to the trunk area here. As you can see the Cusco strut bar, underneath those the GP Sports coilovers, and we have here the spare tire. Well, without spare tire though, we do have all modified wheels on here, so don't have a spare tire that would really fit the same, but we do have the air compressor back here, properly wired with a relay and everything to get power from the front and also not drain the battery when the car is off. So turn the key, the accessories all turn on, and this actually will start to fill up, start the engine to make sure that you don't drain your battery, but it only runs for a little bit to pressure up, so it's just the initial charge is a bit of an issue, but after that pretty good to go. So we do have an interesting stylistic choice here between the Pandem front bumper and the Origin rear and side skirts, so it just works really well. Just keeping it nice and sleek, but nice and wide too. And this here is a one-of-a-kind Sileighty. As I mentioned earlier, if you're interested in this or any other vehicles, you know what to do. Just definitely hit us up and talk with our sales team. And they'll be able to let you know more about this with the parts list, which will be in the website in the description below. So definitely look at that. And if you're looking for something maybe less modified, or if there's something else that you fancy, definitely we got you covered. So as always, thanks for stopping by. Keep the JDM dreams alive, and we'll see you next time.